Every year on February 5th, people across the nation celebrate WeatherPerson'S Day. It's a great way to thank your local meteorologist for all that they do for us.
And today we're participating in the festivities and found the perfect way for you to get in on the action. WFMZ's Reid's live in the kitchen this morning with our Christina Anthony to celebrate the holiday. Allie?
Good morning, Eve and Hasiel. Well, yeah, you know what? I wanted to change things up today, give you a behind-the-scenes look of what it takes to be a weather person. But on top of that, we showed you that a little while ago. Now, I want to show you something that you could do with your kids at home when they get home from school today. Some fun science experiments to celebrate, to join in on the fun for National WeatherPerson'S Day. Christina.
Hi.
I got you involved this morning because you know what? You do a great job here at WFMZ. And on top of that, you worked extremely hard through the night to put together these experiments for us, and I'm excited to see what you got lined up.
Right. So the first thing that we're going to do is cloud in a bottle, which, I mean, it's really a cloud in a mason jar, but cloud in a bottle sounds more fun. Yeah. Genie in a bottle. You throw back to Christina Aguilera. So what you need is a mason jar with a lid, so you have to make sure that you have the lid too. You don't necessarily need the flashlight, but a good idea. We need a can of hairspray. Does not have to be Garnier Fructis. It could be any hairspray that you want. Tresemme works just fine, and then we need hot water and ice cubes. So
I'll grab the ice cubes.
Okay, you got the ice cubes.
Grab them from the fridge.
And what we're basically going to show is how a cloud forms.
Now, is there a certain number of ice cubes that one needs for this, or just a few?
Just a few, just a few. And you know, you can just heat up the water in the microwave too. We don't have a microwave here, so I'm heating it up on the stove. And I'm a little nervous. Anytime I get in the kitchen, I'm a little nervous. So let's pour this hot water like halfway through as my hands are shaking. Thank God.
And it's totally fine.
I'm not
this is live TV. It's fine if we mess up.
Okay, so this guy's back here.
So you only need a little bit then. You don't need a ton.
Sure. Now we do a spritz of hairspray.
Okay.
To replicate like dust in the atmosphere. So we'll do a couple spritz just to be safe. Put the lid on.
Put the lid on top.
If this doesn't work, I'm going to be really embarrassed. But kindergartners are easy to entertain, so.
Ice cubes right on top to make it.
Yeah, so you can already see
it, though. That's really
cool. The cloud forming. How many ice cubes can we stack?
I love
it looks like just 2.
You guys, I mean, you can definitely see from inside. That is really, really cool.
So what's happening here, Miss Allie, is the hot air is rising and it's cooling and it's condensing onto the aerosols that are in there from the hairspray. And that's exactly what happens in the atmosphere, especially on a summer day. You know, you get that warm air rising. It's condensing on particles of dust, condensation, nuclei, and then you get cloud forming. So this is really easy to do with kids. Obviously, you don't want them to be dealing with the hot water, though, so that part you want to do on your own, and then they can kind of do the rest.
Easy to do. Maybe not the explaining on the parents' part. That can be kind of difficult, but just say, you know what, it'd be really cool to make a cloud in a jar, right? Yeah. But we're going to be showing some more experiments throughout the morning here on WFMZ. In the next half hour, stay with us. We'll have lots more fun with Christina Anthony.
We're releasing the cloud.
We're going to send it back to Eve and Hasiel in studio. Eve and Hasiel, well, you know what? This is really cool to me because as a day-to-day, I am a TV reporter and I watch Christina Anthony every single morning do the weather. And I don't really understand necessarily how it works. You were kind of giving us the lowdown earlier. But on top of that, for the people at home that might be saying, I'm a huge fan of Christina. I want to get in part of the action today for National WeatherPerson'S Day. There's some fun experiments that friends and family at home can participate in.
Right. These are great experiments for kids. This one in particular, you do need an adult to help out. So what we're going to do is kind of describe pressure systems. You hear us talking about it all the time, areas of low pressure, areas of high pressure. So we're going to talk about an area of low pressure right now. What you need is a lighter. You also need balloons.
But you got fun ones.
I know. I ordered them off of Amazon Prime. They got here in one day. And then you need a piece of paper. Right, tiny piece of paper. We filled up the balloon with water, so we made a water balloon, a big mason jar. So you want this to be bigger than the last one that we used.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do, which is pretty nerve-wracking.
I know, live on TV.
We're gonna light this on fire, okay? And then you're gonna drop it in the jar.
Okay.
What we see right here is the fact that the water balloon is too big to fit in the jar, right? Okay, so can you handle this?
I can handle it, I think.
We're in the kitchen, so if anything goes wrong. All right, so drop it in the jar. Drop it in. Drop it.
Bring it in.
Drop it. basically the hot air, and so it's on its way. We're gonna give it some time. We're gonna be patient with this one.
We're letting it go.
So the hot air escaped around the balloon, but the latex did not let any other air in. So what it did was it created a low pressure within the mason jar, and basically the atmosphere always wants to be equal. So it wanted to fill that space up, the space that it lost, with the balloon, so it sucks it in. It smells kind of bad right now.
Now we only have a few more seconds, but we do have one more experiment that we want to show our viewers at home. So let's quickly do
So now we're going to do an area of high pressure. We're going to blow up these balloons, which, let's see how this goes.
Okay, so you blow it up enough.
This is as good as I could get.
Lung capacity than Christina and I. But then what do you have to do after that?
Now just let it go. Kids love this. Let it go. All right, so it makes a funny sound, which is great.
Yeah.
And basically, we created an area of high pressure within the balloon, and air always goes from highs to lows, so it wanted to fill the gap and create an equal atmosphere once again. So basically, that's why the balloon does what it does, and it makes a funny noise, so kids love it.
Perfect. So these are experiments you guys can do at home, easy tools to be able to put these experiments on. Stay with us in the next half hour. We're going to be showing you more fun experiments right here at the studio at WFMZ. We're going to send it back to Eve and Hasiel. Good morning, Eve and Hasiel. Well, you know what? We're getting in on the action this morning, showing people at home what they can do to participate in National Weatherperson's Day. And what better way to celebrate that than to be with Christina and Matt. How are you guys? You doing good?
We added one to the club here.
I thought we were
You decided to join us.
We're not cooking.
No, there's no, you don't want that to happen, my friend.
Oh, that's
It would
true.
end badly.
Yeah?
Okay,
We know.
Besides the fact of that, we've been doing projects all morning, and these are things that the whole family can do at home to participate and celebrate for a fun day like today.
Right, so I want to show the finished project first and show you kind of what we're doing. What we're doing is we're going to train your toddler or your adult self.
Is that a flashlight?
Yeah,
I don't know if
I'm
anyone
using a
there we go.
flashlight. There we go. To be able to see popular constellations in the sky. So this one, Matt, do you know what this one is? It's the Big Dipper.
Big Dipper.
Okay.
I was going to say Little
Nicely
Dipper,
done.
but it's Big Dipper.
See? So all you need for this is I cut actually a paper towel roll into two. So here's one for you.
Thank you.
There's one for you.
Beautiful.
And I already got this started last night so that we'd have time to do it. So you
Wow.
print out these sheets.
You are a good worker.
So what do you do?
I
Just
know.
Google?
And you cut around the edge. You will glue these constellations onto a black piece of paper. And then you're going to glue this on top of the cardboard and glue it down.
Okay.
But first, before we get there, we actually have to punch holes in them, right? So do you want to show that part? You grab a push pin. I like to do this on top of a paper towel roll, something so it's easy to do.
Got it.
Here's your constellation, Matt. You're going to be Taurus, the bull.
Where
You want to start here.
This is a lot of, you know what, the experience we were doing earlier are a lot easier than this one, huh? Okay. That's like, what is happening right
What
now?
am I doing now?
You're going to poke
Where I see the hole?
Where the hole
I should
is,
have brought
yes.
my glasses.
Oh no. Okay,
I
so
can see it,
this
though.
constellation's going to look a little bit different.
It'll be a little crooked.
Okay, so make sure you can see when you're doing this experiment. That's important.
Yeah, nice job. So what he's doing is
Okay,
he's making
there we go.
it so that you can see the stars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now you're going to glue that on top of the
Okay.
paper towel roll, or you could tape
Keep that
it.
push pin away from me.
Listen, mine's not pretty, as you can see.
It looks good.
In fact, I think like
the tape
kindergartners
definitely
would do better.
helps.
But this is so you can look through it, look at the light to train yourself to see the constellations, or you can project it onto the image like we showed you before.
So I'll pretend like I have a finished product there. Now, if you look it up on your screen right now, you could see those ingredients.
We are really hungry this morning. We want
The
food.
tools that you need to be able to put this experiment together. Have some fun with your kids at
Nicely
home
done.
today.
Oh.
And celebrate National Weatherperson's Weatherperson's Day.
Yeah.
And yeah, just have some fun with the whole friends and family. And get
the
working
Big
some
Dipper's on
experiments. Tweet us, send us your pictures
on your
of
suit.
what you do at home. You guys are killing me.
Poor
We're going to
Allie.
send it back over to Eve and Hasiel.